All right, welcome back, everybody. We're talking about careers, how to navigate the workspace in the most professional and productive way. And for this last segment, we've got Wanjiku Itambo, who is a recruiter, a people development specialist, a career coach, and a trainer. Welcome, Wanjiku.
Thank you.
My very first question here is really exciting and interesting for me because you have you have experience of some sort when it comes to this, and that is romance in the office and how to navigate that, whether it's with your boss or your colleague. Because look, you're spending a long time at work, okay? At some point, you're going to start having like sparks, fireworks, Cupid. So tell me about that. How do you navigate that?
So first thing first, find out what's the policy for the company.
Okay.
So like I was mentioning earlier, it's interesting because I got married to my husband and we were colleagues, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't meet in the office, but you know, the feelings developed in the office and we did get married.
Yeah.
But the first thing was we found out what the policy was.
Yeah.
So go to your HR.
So immediately you were like, You
were
like, excuse me, HR.
Well, I was HR.
Oh, this is even juicier.
So,
Wanjiku,
you're a mess.
Wanjiku, this is too much. Okay, I love it. Go on. Sorry.
So I was part of the HR team, so I knew what the policy was. I can't deal.
I'm sorry.
I so can't deal
Oh
with
my
you.
gosh, I'm sorry. It's just so funny. So you happen to be HR, which just makes this even more interesting.
Yes. So I knew what the company policy says. So if you're in a relationship, you need to declare.
Okay.
Because
and why? Actually go on. That's what I was
the
gonna
reason
ask.
you declare is because you don't want when, you know, if things go sideways for someone to say this was sexual harassment. So you sort of indemnify the company from, you know, whatever goes down the road, right? So you have to declare, me and this person are in a relationship. Okay. So we actually signed forms which were put in our personal files. Yes, like it's an official thing. Okay. Right? So that if something goes on down the road, you don't say, you know, this guy was sexually harassing me and HR didn't do anything about it. Okay. So you do declare. So find out what the policy is for, you know, for your company. Yeah. Do you need, and for some companies, they don't allow. Okay. So that means you either break it off or one of you resigns.
Oh, and that's a tough call to make.
Yes.
Career or love?
I know. Like,
it's a little dicey.
What
it's a
to
tough
do,
one.
You know, but if the company allows, go ahead. But obviously, you can't. Like, it can be somebody who reports to you. You know, so you'd have to be in a different department.
Oh, so you can't have something with your boss?
No.
Because
ethically, it's just so gray. Because I mean, it's just so gray. Like you'd probably have to move into another department. Okay. You know, just
it gets mucky.
It gets murky. So, you know, either shift into another department and then also, you know, how you conduct yourselves around people. Don't PDA, don't make it uncomfortable for people, you know, like that's your business, you know, you don't need to bring it out to everybody like, you know, me and so are doing it. No, just be professional about it. Okay, okay. So earlier in the show, we were talking about like the importance of trying to get to know your employees, especially if you're a manager, right? So you don't just come into a new place and you're like, do what I say. But you sort of have to understand their personality, understand what they struggle with, where they are at, right? So, so my question to you is like, how do you actively create a relationship with your boss, whether it's going up or down, that doesn't become inappropriate, or even your colleagues? How do you? Is it after work party? Okay, so like, how do you do that? Okay, say you're the manager that just came in and you need to get to know the people. First of all, there's always that kind of apprehension with the new boss, you know, and you don't just come and say, I'm laying down the law, and you know, get to know them. It starts small with, how was your weekend? You know, I had this, so you get to know, okay, so what do you like to do for fun? Yeah. So what can start at the workplace, just as you expressing interest, can be carried off, you know, or we have a team building, or we have, you know, a lunch for the team. Now you can get to know them when their hair is down. Okay. But it can't just start there. Okay. You know, you need to show some form of interest, even in the office. You know, these are not just machines and this is payroll number 5 to 1. No, get to know the person. What do you like to do for fun?
Right.
You know, from your records, you can tell, oh, this person is married. Oh, so how's your spouse? How are your kids? You know?
I hear.
And upwards, the same way. So I come in, you know, I meet my boss. How are you? How was your weekend? It sounds, and listen. Don't just ask, you know, how's your weekend? As you walk, like, you're not really paying attention.
Right.
Really, take time to, people like to know that they're being listened to.
Okay.
So take time to know them. Yeah.
What about after work drinks or just anytime drinks? I don't know, but it seems like sometimes it's hard to leave that out completely. And in some offices, there's usually a culture of like Friday night, this is where we're hanging out. Like there's like a nice bar. It's just like a local that you guys will go and hang out, whether it's for lunch or whatever. Would you advise for alcohol or like drinks and that kind of environment to be a part of the work culture, especially at the if you're just coming into a new space? Is that a great way to?
So the thing is this: know your limits. Okay. You know, know your limits. If you're going out for, you know, for lunch and drinks with your colleagues, know where your limit is. You know, you don't want to be falling out and just, you know, just acting crazy and talking funny with. I mean, you have to work with these people tomorrow. Right. That's what you need to take to think about. There's like Christmas parties. You know, there are people who just go big and like take
and
then
it to the
on
next
Monday,
level.
and then it's just awkward. You're doing the walk of shame, and it's just you know,
and that it never leaves. You'll always be that person who's drunk.
People will always
at the
look
party.
at you like that, like, oh, this is a drunk, you know. And I know you could be so brilliant at your work, but you've sort of just created those, I call them career limiting moves, you know. So don't do that to yourself. You don't want your boss to see you in that light, you know. Right. It's okay, you know, you can go out, you can have fun, but know your limits. Again, don't get too casual. You're saying things to your boss and the boss is like,
that's
is
that
so? You know?
That's what's happening.
I know.
That's what
like,
those two are doing.
Watch yourself.
Okay. Yeah. And if you want to take it extra, just leave and go find your friends. Okay.
These are your colleagues. These are not your friends.
Okay. Yeah. So say we often talk about, like, you know, if your employee makes a mistake, your subordinate makes a mistake, this is how you should, you know, deal with it, and you take them aside and you criticize in private. But what if it's your boss who's made a mistake? We often have conversations the other way around. Yes. But what if you're like, no, this guy really messed up, or this girl really messed up, and they need to know.
So
like,
how do you correct them?
How do you do that? Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is, first of all, you know your boss. You know, timing is key.
Right.
You don't correct him while he's in the heat of it in front of people. Again, you don't want to embarrass. Yeah. Right? You're not trying to embarrass him or show him off. Yeah. Show him up. Yeah. Right? So make it more of a suggestion than an accusation. So, for instance, in an email that you're copied in, they've given the wrong facts. Yeah. It's a mistake. So you don't say, I'm here picking up your slack. Like, what's your job again? Yeah. You know, it's more like, did you mean to send this to so-and-so? Because I'm not, you know. Yeah. Such they're like, oh, okay. You know, don't make it awkward. Right. And don't make it a thing. Okay. So what are you trying to achieve? Just to correct the mistake, not to show them I can do your job better than you. That's what you need to be careful. Okay, yeah, right. Yeah. Sometimes you'll find yourself in a new job and you signed up to do ABC, and then next you know you have D, E, F, G, H, I, J as part of your docket, and you're like, I'm not even sure this has anything to do with what I'm doing, and people might be taking advantage of that and just like throwing work your way. How do you go about saying, I'm the marketing manager, I'm not going to call and ask why you left your folder, you know, and but it's still your boss. Yeah, yeah. You know, so how do you just take it? So there's a way to go around that. Yeah. So your boss gives you like project X. Yeah. You know, and this is so not in your docket. Yeah. So what not to say? Don't say that's not my job. Yeah. The minute you say that, you block. You block. So you say even if it's a personal thing, even if they're saying, I need you to pick up my kids from school, you know, or I need you to get these flowers from, and that's and you're like, what? Like how, what does that have to do with, like, I don't know. Like, there's a place where now you draw boundaries, you know. I mean, I'm not gonna pick your kids from school. Okay. You know, respectfully. Yeah. Again, you're being respectfully. It's not, you're being respectful. You're not just throwing your emotions all over the place. Like, that's not, you know, be professional about it. Yeah. But let's say this is like, I was thinking more like in the terms of, this is not even in my docket. You know, someone else needs to be doing this. Okay. So you just, I have 1, 2, 3 things that I'm doing that you asked me to do. Yeah. These are more, you know, where the priorities. Because the minute they look at what you have to do, they're like, okay, you know what? We can hand this over to somebody else. You know, we can delegate this to somebody else. And like, actually, this is so-and-so's job. You know, could I recommend that they do it? Because I already have 1, 2, 3 things that I'm working on, right? Just be respectful about it and give an alternative. Don't just, that's not my job, you know, because again, what that comes off, you know, there's attitude and, you know, that just goes a different direction. In the end. Yeah.
And again, like you said, it just closes something off,
Yes,
and suddenly
yes,
it's hard.
You want to leave
get
that
past.
door between you and your boss open. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what if I can't do what's being asked of me? What if, yes, I'm in the IT department, but whatever bug they're asking me to fix or thing they're asking me to like download or whatever it may be, you just don't know how to do it.
Okay.
Do you
say, I don't know.
I don't know. Or do you lie like, yeah, sure, I'll go get it and Google and figure out what to do? Yeah.
So 2 ways about that. So
Okay.
first of all, I don't like saying, I don't know, because that ends the conversation. That why do I need you?
Yeah.
So I'm not certain. Could I have some more time to research? Right? So that's one way to go about
Okay.
it. So it could also be, it can't be done. Not just that I can't do it, it cannot be done. So if it's a situation where like it's marketing and, you know, I'm asking you to just pull rabbits from, you know, like it's just crazy. It cannot be done, right?
Yeah.
Don't just say it can't be done. It's more like, this could be difficult.
Yeah.
But could I give an alternative? Then
Yeah.
give an alternative.
Okay.
Again, you don't want to just end the conversation there. I don't know. It can't be done. Before
Yeah.
long, your boss won't need you.
Yeah.
Because you're never giving me solutions.
Right.
So don't just give me the problem, give a solution. So it can't be done. No.
Right.
It's a bit difficult, but can I suggest? So give an alternative.
Yeah.
But before you say it can't be done, be sure it can't be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I mean, he could bring someone else and, you know, they do the same thing. You said, it cannot be done.
Yeah, and
you
then
look like,
already you're just obsolete. Like, what
Yeah.
what is your purpose?
Exactly,
You know, you
like,
start
why
to
do I
then
need to-
question, and they even are thinking, what is this one about? But
Exactly.
I like what you said. It really is. It boils down to problem solving, and that's what
Yes.
you ought to be. Like, you know,
exactly. Always look like the person who will solve this problem,
Yeah.
even when it's not your problem to solve.
Go the extra mile. That's something that actually has been clear across like all the HR experts that we've spoken to today, and that is just you've got to be the one that's extra and like
the
smart, like
go-to.
the one who
Yeah.
has the solutions. You know.
That's a career making
Yeah.
move.
Right. So something happens. Maybe your boss forgot to credit you, but credited everyone else, and you just feel like it's not fair. And maybe it's happened a couple of times. Maybe they just don't like you. And sometimes that happens, you know. How do you deal with that? A boss who's like particularly mean, and now the space is feeling a little bit toxic. Do you go to his boss? What do you do?
So the thing with that is, first of all, like it's a decision that was being made and they were not fair to you, right? So you first acknowledge that, you know what, you're the one who makes the shots. So I respect your decision. However, honestly, I must say, I feel overlooked.
Okay.
And then, you know, list your case, state your case. Now, again, if this is something that has been happening over time, maybe it's time to look outside.
Okay.
Like, really.
Is there any solution? At some point, can I go to someone higher? Can I?
Yes,
can
that's
I take
that's
it to
what
the
I mean
next
by
level?
looking outside of your boss.
Okay,
you know,
okay.
because I mean, I keep coming to you with this thing, and you know, I can tell now it's more like a personal thing. So, what other options do you have? What, you know, is there another manager you can speak to? Can you? What's the policy at your workplace? Is it open door? Can I go straight to his boss? Can I talk to
Right.
HR to
Yeah.
help me with this?
Yeah.
Because again, that's why we have HR in most of these organizations. HR is supposed to be like the middle person.
Yeah.
Like somebody who can hear my side of the story. I mean, I've been passed up for a promotion 3
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
But I'm qualified. I'm training the people who are being promoted over me. Like,
What's going?
like what's going
What's
on?
going on?
So first of all, voice it with your manager, because sometimes they just have a blind spot. They're like, I need you in this position you're in. I become so dependent on you.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you not in this position. Not knowing that with that kind of attitude, they're limiting you from growing, you know. So they didn't look at that.
Wow.
That could be a thing. So when you have this conversation, you actually force them to sit down and actually evaluate, okay, so why again have I been passed up for all these promotions? So start with talking to your manager.
Right.
But when you can see this is going nowhere, I believe you have a HR department for that purpose, so that you can be heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Chico, I have one more question for you. Are you and your husband still working in the same office? How's that going?
So we got married, we got employed on the same day. We got the job on the same day.
Okay.
So we worked for about 2 years. We got married. We worked like 2.5 more years. Then we both left.
Okay.
So I'm in a different place. He's in a
Different
place.
place.
Yes.
Okay. That is such.
You had
that
to
is
have
such
a
a funny.
follow-up to that.
No, I had to. I had to know exactly how that went down. Who was it? Like that just to me was.
It went great.
So hilarious, but in like a beautiful way. You were in HR. Wow.
I know. Look at that. And most people didn't even know we were dating. That's a funny thing. Yeah.
And that's what you said before. Also, you're not like going to be like, "Hey, baby."
Yeah. No. Like,
When are you sending me those reports? It's like, what's going on?
What?
So.
Guys didn't know. Actually,
So-
guys are like, so you have the same wedding day? Your wedding is on the same day as Richard? And I was like,
What?
It's the same wedding.
You're
So that's before we
kidding.
sent out the cards. Yes, there are some guys who didn't know. They're like, so you guys are gonna make us choose which wedding to go for? I was like, it's the same wedding.
Wow.
Yeah, so that worked
Okay.
out. Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. Well, thank you so much, Chico. Thank you for A, making me laugh my little heart out, and B, for breaking this down, because
Yeah.
sometimes it's quite gray and you never really know how to approach the situation, especially when it comes to your boss, because you don't want to be offensive.
Exactly.
But thank you, this was lovely. Thank you guys for watching as well. I hope you enjoyed today's show and that you learned something new. And if you're just starting out a new job, maybe it's your first time getting into the work environment, then I'm sure you've got a lot of nuggets to take with you from today's conversation. Have a great rest of the day and a great rest of the week. Carry these things with you, okay? Okay, like 1 hour a week, write down the things you've accomplished, okay? Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye.